The Lord of the Mountain. The Lord of the Mountain is one of the rarest things you will find in Hyrule. Few players may never come across it during their playthrough, as it only appears at random and will flee on sight. But when it does appear, a giant light from Satori Mountain shines. This light can be seen from far away from the mountain, letting players know it has made an appearance. As when Lord of the Mountain does appear, it can be located atop Satori Mountain. It is a holy creature that is said to be a reincarnation of a sage that died on the land it now protects. And according to the Sheikah Slate Compendium, it is sometimes known by its other name, Satori, similar to the name of the mountain it appears on and protects. If approached, Lord of the Mountain will disappear on sight, so Link must be unseen to get close to it, and by doing so, you can attempt to tame it for that time, which will require a great amount of stamina to do so, but when successful, it will let Link ride it for as long as he wants, but if left alone unmounted for even a few seconds, it will run off, fading away. Though you actually can feed it to keep it around for a bit longer, but once full, it will still run off. As unlike any other mount within the game, Lord of the Mountain cannot be registered like an ordinary horse. When trying to add a horse stable, the person behind the counter will freak out, asking if that is the fabled Lord of the Mountain, and how bringing it here will curse them, as this holy mount is not meant to be tamed or messed with, which makes sense given its title, Lord of the Mountain. Though when compared to other mounts, Lord of the Mountain is by far the best mount Link could ride within the game. Outside of Sidon, that is. Lord of the Mountain has infinite stamina and goes faster than any other horse. Nothing compares to it, except for the Master Cycle Zero. It makes sense why it can't be registered as a mount to keep, as it would make any and all other mounts feel like a complete joke in comparison. The insane speed you get, with max stamina being able to spam as much as you want, makes for an experience only something as rare as Lord of the Mountain can give. As a mount, its body is similarly shaped to a horse, but in a glowing blue coat of hair that has a faint red pattern underneath. As for its face, not so much. It has antlers that are shaped like golden leaves and 4 small eyes, never blinking in unison, which I find kinda cute. Its face actually resembles the same creature that gathers around it when it appears, it being the Blupees. The Blupees look like a bunny-sized version of Lord of the Mountain, with only 2 eyes. They also run away if seen, vanishing into nothing. However, they actually drop rupees when hit, and are unable to be killed. They will just flee after dropping some rupees, and poof away. Lord of the Mountain is also unable to die, and will also disappear if hit. Both of these creatures are a complete mystery to Hyrule, with very little ever even said about them. Peaks, a Korok found inside the Great Deku Tree, is one of the few NPCs that has something to say about them. He requests for Link to snap a photo of a Blupee, wanting to know more about it. He wonders if the reason why they sparkle is because they are full of rupees, and where they would even get those rupees, even assuming that they could be the source of how rupees are made in Hyrule. As for Lord of the Mountain, outside of freaking out stable workers, not much else is said about it besides from one specific character. This character being Bowtrick, a traveling merchant who patrols around the outskirts stable. For a random NPC, he seems to have a ton of helpful tips for Link. And throughout his patrol route, he will stop for a brief moment and gaze towards Satori Mountain. During this short time, he will mention the rumors of Lord of the Mountain to Link, mentioning how the appearance of Lord of the Mountain calls on the souls of other animals and makes them gather, it presumably being the Blupees we see surrounding Lord of the Mountain. While not knowing much but rumors, he's the only NPC that shows such interest. Now, while all the information mentioned so far is actually documented in the game, the next bit is more of a theory on Lord of the Mountain. As mentioned, Lord of the Mountain appears atop of Satori Mountain, while being known to have the name of Satori. Satori is a name that resembles the late president of Nintendo, Satoru Iwata. Satoru Iwata had passed away during the development of this game, which must have been a great burden for Nintendo, especially when working on this game. And with what we know of Lord of the Mountain, he's meant to be a reincarnation of a sage that died on its land. I like to believe that Nintendo made Lord of the Mountain as a reference to Satoru Iwata, being immortalized in a game that he never got to see, as a peaceful and holy creature, something you can only interact with, but must set free after. And what further backs my statement is the only character that mentions Lord of the Mountain is the wise and noble traveling merchant, Botrek. Botrek, surprisingly enough, somewhat resembles the late President Satoru Iwata, from his glasses to his short dark hair that is parted from the middle. I want to believe that this is all not just a coincidence, and that they both do reference Satoru Iwata in some way, making Lord of the Mountain feel much more special than just an Easter egg, but a tribute to Nintendo's late president. Lord of the Mountain is such an amazing concept of Hyrule's many wonders, an unobtainable mount that has much more meaning than just being a mystery. So what would you like for me to take a look at next? Let me know in the comments and leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more by subscribing. As always, I've been ZeldaMaster, and I'll see you all in the next one.